hello. Okay, let me drop that down a little bit. There we go. That's better. Good morning. How's it going for everybody? I hope it's going good. I hope everybody has a coffee. I think some people said it's like 11 p.m. So maybe not. Do decaf. But for me, it's 11 a.m. So it's still morning. Yes. Hello. Welcome. So cheers. Do you say cheers for coffee? I'm not actually sure. Anyway, so this is something I was thinking about doing like once a month, maybe. I'm not sure. Because I always have a lot of people asking questions. So I thought, why not just give a place to do it on here? So yeah, for the next hour, if people have questions, feel free to ask. I don't even care what the question is. Keep it, SFW. But otherwise, I have like a couple other things I can go over if there isn't questions at the time. So it's kind of at the beginning here. I know yesterday I just put out a new video because I've had a lot of people in chat already say science. And I think some person said they are a scientist. So you drink coffee too? Yeah, this is a dark roast from a local roastery. They're like 4 or 5 minutes south of me. They're really, really close, and they ship next day, and they're really good. Though the Guatemala is my favorite. But yeah, so I put out a video yesterday, and so I know that a lot of people like behind the scenes kind of like neat background stuff. So I thought that I could show you a little bit of the behind the scenes for that video. So actually I'll just bring this shot up first. So this whole this video itself, I think it's still up here, you can see it. Yeah, so the file name is November 9th of 2018. I've been working on this one for a while. How much coffee do I drink per day? I usually drink 1 to 2 cups. I have one probably when I wake up in the morning, and then I have usually another one about now. This is actually my first of the day, but usually I usually have 2, but I don't have anything like after 1 or 2 because I actually want to sleep at night. Where am I from? I'm from Minnesota, in United States. I'm just right outside of kind of that main city area. Oh, geez, I got to catch up with all these. What do you think of SFM? Do you think all SFM artists are good? Can be good, even if they make content you might not be into? Well, yeah, even if it's not something I'm into, it doesn't mean that it's not something somebody else is into. I think everybody has the ability to make. I'm gonna make that a little big there. The ability to make really, really, really good content. It just takes time and patience. And there's a lot of really good people out there. Actually, at the end of this, I have a couple of people I was going to cover that have smaller channels to kind of help promote them a little bit too. Why does Sweat offer medication? She never went to a doctor. She doesn't trust them. My fave is Dwarf Eggbird's 4-strength dark roast. Yeah, dark roast. I used to be always dark roast, and then I started being fancy with coffee, I guess, and started putting more effort into it. And so I got an AeroPress, and I'm getting a V60 soon. And so I started buying nicer beans, and I found that black coffee, when done right as a medium roast, is really good. Guatemala has this like a nutty start and a very sweet finish. Very, very delicious. What was your biggest project? It depends on what you mean by big. Time eating would probably be leaving the stable. But the Remembrance was probably the one that I expanded the most out of to get help from people on. Had other models made. Aggie, that's in chat, actually helped with the round circle that's on the ground. But yeah, it really depends. And then I've had other ones that are like a minute long. It took me just a couple hours to make. So it really depends. That face again. Yes, that face again. I love this face. I have a story with it. Where is Source 2? You can actually, Half-Life Alyx, you can actually get in Source 2, and SFM in Source 2. The models don't port correctly, though. So You can't really do anything with the models. The flexes don't work on the faces, but it actually works really well. I'm looking forward to when that's fully ported over. Could you give us some advices on scene builds? Maybe in a little bit. That's a really complicated topic. My favorite pony is Rainbow Dash. You have good taste. Cat. I drink coffee more than 4 cups a day. I don't want to overdo caffeine. I enjoy caffeine for sure, but I don't want to rely on it. Actually, I feel more awake if I have no caffeine. Give no coffee, go about 2 weeks, and then like when my body's fully clean, I am more awake in the morning. I'm more tired in the evening, but I just like the taste. That's why I do it. Simon says launches the rocket. What does the rocket button do? I don't know. That was actually that is the here. So this was actually thrown in just as a misdirection, and because this was going to be my last sideswipe one, I wanted to have a reference back to the first one, which was the science button. And I thought that was just a funny little joke. How are you going during this pandemic? Oh yeah, in the chair. I've had this for a little bit. I was having back issues with my other chair, so I got one that had better support. I hated it at first, but now that I've kind of like worn myself into it, I love it. I think this is Secret Labs. It was a little pricier, but it's don't mess with your back. But how are you doing during this pandemic? Actually, good. Like my job has been hiring people. I've been able to work from home. It's been a little bit like. During the first couple of months, I was actually demotivated completely. I did nothing. I didn't want to do anything. I just kind of sat around, and it was depressing. Then somebody left a kind of a mean comment on a video, one of my live streams that says, "Wow, you're getting fat." And that kicked it into, because I had put on some weight, and that kicked me into gear. And so since May, I've been doing intermittent fasting, a little bit of exercise, changing my diet a lot, and I've lost like 40 pounds. So, and the amount of energy I've gained from it is actually stupendous. So that's actually why I've been doing more stuff in the past month, is just I actually have the energy and the motivation to do it. So, so yeah, it's sometimes being mean is helpful. 2 Cup Gang, yeah. Where do you get your inspiration? That's a hard question. Usually music. It's like this one, the motivation was funny. I love comedy, and I love misdirection and subverting expectations, that kind of comedy. But music is where I really get a lot of the inspiration. So a lot like Remembrance, that song was just one that I loved for years. And during the streams, I play very similar music when I stream on Twitch, and that is motivating. I actually have let me see if I can pull it up. So if you guys are curious, I have a playlist that is just called Pure Motivation, and it's just songs that get me energized, and some of them are just from my past or whatever. So like Jimmy's Real Sweetness, I just love that song. Halo from Starset's great. Brave Shine, I mean, I just like that one. John Kenza, I think I had him on here twice. No, I don't. Eve 6 Rescue is good. So these are just like these songs that just give me an energy, and it's not a long list. If I start adding too many, I start taking other ones off. It's the ones that when I hear it, it just makes me pumped. So those are kind of the songs I listen to on my own for like motivation. So yeah, definitely motivation is from there. Drink coffee for the taste, and the caffeine doesn't keep me awake in the slightest. People say that, but then I always feel that the more caffeine you take in, you're just changing your tolerance, and all you're doing is coffee brings you to normal. And when you don't have coffee, it puts you below normal. So if you completely cut off coffee, you're just you're getting rid of that, and you're moving it back up to where everything is normal. That's why I try to limit it, because I don't want to get stuck in this thing of I need to chase a high. If you cut out coffee for like 2 weeks and then have a cup, oh my God, my first week of my current job, because I started about a year ago, I cut out coffee for a couple of weeks, and then like right at the beginning of the day that I started drinking coffee again. And that first week, I was so awake. It's a good way to do it. I'm not Deutsch yet, sorry. Dang, dude, don't let it get to you, but you always be positive. No, I don't. I always try to be positive. There's a thing I once read where it's the thing of if you smile, you can release the stuff in your brain that and like the endorphins that make you positive, even if you're not happy, it can help you become happy. And it's the same thing with an attitude. Sometimes just having a positive outlook, even during a bad situation, helps it become a better situation. I can never go without coffee. If I do, I get grumpy. Well, yeah, it's because you're now below your line, but it's also delicious. What got you started in doing SFM stuff? The community, actually. I joined the Brony community like in January of 2000, like 2000, a long time ago. I have no idea anymore. And it was looking at all the amazing art in the community. Actually, well, this is just talking. I'm going to jump back to that other one here. It was all the awesome art in the community, and I just wanted to be a part of that, and I wanted to contribute, but I can't draw and I can't do a lot of this stuff. But I knew cinematography, and I knew in 3D, I knew the Source engine. So I downloaded SFM and gave it a shot. And a couple months later, my channel was already pretty big. So I got really lucky, and it's all because you guys. It's awesome. Thank you. But it was amazing. But I just wanted to create. I love having an outlet, and this was my outlet. What is your first animating software? Like, I'm putting up my monitor like you could see it. No, SFM. I didn't actually animate before that. SFM was my first foray. If you go to the very, very beginning of my channel, the first animating thing, that was the first one I've ever done. So yeah. Well, no. Back when I was like 12, there was a super, super cheap animating program that we used to play with on one of my friend's computers, and it was super, super cheap, but it was fun. But I wouldn't say I learned anything from it. Coffee makes your brain activity higher. Yeah, until you get used to the caffeine, and then not anymore. That's why I limit it. Oh, and this coffee cup was actually a gift from Warhorse. It actually says on the other side, congrats on 100,000 subs. So I got it from you a while back when I hit 100,000. And this is actually the first time I've ever used it because it's too pretty. But I thought it fit the stream. And why dash? Why not dash? Yes, there's a lot. I like dashes. And I'm a banana. You can be whatever you want to be. Do people give you crap still for being a brony, or do you care? No. Well, it's only really online that I do that stuff. Like at work, they don't know any of the stuff that I do. And every now and then I'll get somebody from, like, because I do the Rathalos thing, I'll get somebody on the Rathalos' account that will say, clicked on his, or found his YouTube. Oh my God, what is this? And whatever. And if that's not what they like, that's not what they like. But every now and then I get somebody that pops up and it's like, I came here because of Monster Hunter and I stayed for everything. And that's really cool, of the people that can look beyond that. So yeah, you're going to get some assholes, but you're also going to get some people that can have an open horizon and just want good content. And I'm glad. I'd rather have the good and the bad with that than neither. For how long have you been using SFM animation for? That was like I can't remember. I think it was like 2012, 2013. It was right after season 2. That was about when I got into it. I got into the series from Meme Base, the My Little Brony board. I just watched all the memes and they were funny, and then like I watched the first 2 seasons and then never did anything in the community for like 6 months. Just wanted to be a part of something. What do you think about the more adult SFM artists, like the ones that cover more mature themes more often, like the bloody FOE adaptation or more risque work? There's a medium, or there's a market for that stuff. I don't like if people push that type of thing into the other markets where people don't want it, but to one's own. I can't tell somebody else what to like if I don't like it. I'm not somebody that likes that kind of stuff, but it doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't. So if they can do as they want to do. What's the longest video you've made? If you're talking animating, it might be Remembrance. I don't know. If you're talking about time spent on it, it was probably actually this one. The Sideswipe, it wasn't consistent work, but it was about 2 years of doing other projects in the meantime. You still do Egghead stuff, I think. I mean, I did that one. In which programs do you create the animation? I use SFM. Let me jump back here. So I use SFM for the animating of it, but then I use After Effects for a lot of the editing. You do use Photoshop for photo editing. I used to use a program called SpeedGrade until that was integrated into After Effects, and then I also use Audacity. That's just for some quick audio editing. I really don't use it much, but there are times where like in the Saitoy video where she launched Scootaloo, the song kind of slows down at one point, and I couldn't do that in After Effects, but this actually let me do that. So yeah, I don't use too many different softwares. That's about it. Yeah, the people with a good open mind tend to be good people. No, I agree. And those are the comments that I like heart and like and whatever, and I'll respond to sometimes because it's just heartwarming to have people that can look beyond that kind of stuff. I was wanting to do SFM for years, actually. Now that I finally am, I've been really watching your tutorials and pony stuff, which I'm wanting to do. Are you going to be putting on more tutorials? Actually, yes. I have one that's actually, I have the idea for it. I'm trying to do a video a week right now. It's hard. It's not always an animation. Maybe it's a live stream highlight or a tutorial. I'm trying to, but we'll see. So if that's the case, that'll probably be a Friday. It's going to be in regards to using volumetric lights and negative lights to create floating objects. It's kind of a neat concept that really comes in handy. Probably also how to use a negative light for making an artificial bump map. With your need to work with the difficulties of Source, would you say you're an expert on several components in the engine now? No, it's at 10,000 hours that you become an expert, isn't that? And as of right now, I'm sitting at 8,887. Actually, as we sit here, probably cross over to the 4.8s. But no, to me, when you become an expert, there's less to learn, and I want to keep learning. I always want there to be more, and I'm scared that if I hit a point where I don't learn anything more. Rathalos actually was great because Rathalos allowed me to have something new to grab onto, to learn from, and now I've taken some of that stuff I've learned and bring it into the pony stuff. So it's actually helped enhance that a bit. But it looks of it, you are 6 hours behind my time. Yeah, probably. I can't remember. I don't know what your time is. So sure. Do you think that if you were to learn how to draw, that there'd be a lot of cinematography stuff that you could bring into it seamlessly or near seamlessly? Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of. I used to do photography. That's actually where I used to learn. Strangely enough, I did Halo photography. That sounds weird, but I used to be a part of a group called the Halouvre in the Halo community that did artistic pictures for the Halo community. It was Halo 2. I had a modded Xbox. I learned a lot about cinematography there, like leading lines and positioning and drawing of the eye. And I was within an engine that I could control, but not fully. Not like drawing where you can have a lot more control over the environment. I was working within a game engine. SFM is within a game engine, so it actually, some of the things I learned from there have really helped with this. But that's where I learned most of this stuff. Can you please heart my comment very day, please? Can I do that? I don't even know. But sure, you get a thumbs up. I'll do that. Have you ever tried to use SFM on a laptop before? Yeah, actually, I have a laptop that I use at conventions. I got it so that I could play SFM at the conventions if such was needed, but found I really didn't use it that much for that. So it's kind of just, I got it and then I haven't really used it for that. But I have rented on that. I actually, like at BabsCon one time, it was just on the bottom floor and I was just working on a video and people were watching. So that was kind of neat. But besides that, no, you can turn off a lot of settings if things are really difficult, but it's not too bad. So what's your next big thing or general video idea? Right now, I'm putting together a quick Rathalos one. It's almost done. I can do those in a couple days. That's fine. For Pony, I have a lot of big ideas, but I don't have many small ideas. So I need to think about something. I want to start making videos that are quicker, less long development time, something that I can throw out within a much shorter period of time, but usually it's still about a minute. So I don't know. I've got ideas, but nothing. I don't got anything big in the works right now. I have things I have started and I've canceled, and I might just go back and grab some of those sometimes. What did another button do? Yeah, the other science button. It makes coffee. It's rocket coffee. I don't know if that'd be good or not. It's just pure caffeine. It's like it's gritty from the powder of the caffeine added. If you get on a schedule, this channel's going to get bigger. Well, actually, just because I've been on more of a schedule and stuff, and the YouTube algorithm's been really appreciating me the last month, like everything's up like 4 to 5 times what it was the month before. Just being consistent helps. So yeah, I really want to, but it's a lot of extra work. I still work full time. I still work about 40 hours a week. I stream twice for 2 evenings on Twitch on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I'm trying to add a game stream in there every now and then. So if I start doing editing and everything in there too, I'm basically like, I don't have much me time. So that's why I said it's going to be kind of hard. So I'm thinking I'm going to start doing it where I'm going to start putting a lot of effort into some stuff I can build up for a couple weeks and then take a break for a little bit. I don't want to burn out. What is your favorite princess? I'm Sunbutt. I like, for the most part, yeah. Coffee Princess. Sure, we can do Coffee Princess too. Sorry, they kind of jumped here, so now I'm going back here. There we go. There it goes. Do you ever find the rigors of your work interfere with your creative energy to work in SFM? And since still active, how do you maintain the endurance balancing work stress with art? Well, if you're talking about like my actual day job, my day job isn't that stressful. I enjoy my day job. But it really doesn't interfere with it at all. It's the difficult being at home, so then there's not as much of a separation between the two. I actually use the kitchen table so that I have at least some physical separation. But I don't do something unless it's fun. So even if it's trying to maintain something, I am never going to force myself to do something that I don't feel like doing, because that's not going to make quality content. It's not going to make something people enjoy if I'm not enjoying it, you're not going to enjoy it. So I make sure that I don't work on anything unless I actually feel like working on it. So if I'm not motivated to do something that day, I'll just play a video game. Whatever. One day's fine. Let's see here. Are you having difficulties animating with EG compared to the pony models in SFM? That is, yes, but not, because some of the models were a little bit harder to work with, but sometimes it was just fingers. Fingers are really annoying. There's a lot of bones. But it was refreshing. So it was nice to do something different. But it was just difficult more because I'm just not used to it. I'm used to Pony and now kind of the Rathalos thing. Are you looking forward to Gen 5, or do you think it'll be bad? I'm not going to place any judgment until it pops up, because, I mean, the whole fact that I started watching the show to begin with was something I wouldn't think would be good. So, and I think that was the most people's thought with the current show. So we'll just have to see how it pops up. I thought Pony Life was going to be bad, and it's actually been pretty good. Do you think that there will even be a time where SFM 1.0 will become too limited for your growing ambition? No. SFM is built to work with a cartoonish style, and the ponies are a cartoonish style. I don't care about big, detailed quality works. I think SFM, and SFM2 especially, once that comes out, fits exactly what I need. I don't want to make big, elaborate videos, because all those two take longer to render, longer to make, and then I'm making less stuff. SFM's great because I can whip it out quick. Yeah, some of this still takes a while, but for what it is, it's still pretty quick. I don't have to go and make some of these models in the background. It's all there for me. Yes, I am. She is the prettiest unicorn, and her mane does smell like lavender. What is SFM, please? It's Source FilmMaker. Yeah, if you just Google it, it'll probably bring you right to the download page. It's a free animating software. It is what this is. Oh my god, I thought I caught up and you guys are just still going. That's good though. Yes. We lost him. He said Sunbutt. Sunbutt's good. I mean, yeah, she's kind of an asshole sometimes, but that's what's fun about her. What made you join the fandom? I kind of brought that up as meme-based before. But also, well, that was what got me into the show. But no, it's the community. Like, I like everybody. Everybody is just so nice and helpful and kind. It's great. I'm best princess? No, I don't want to be a princess. I mean, you know, my RSS really cut my ability to jump into Maya. Yeah, and that's why I try to balance it out. Like I'll stream on Tuesday and Fridays. I'll maybe stream one other time, and then I'll do a couple other little things. But I still try to pick time, like an hour a day, to work on something. Most of the animating is done on stream. It's usually I've been doing a lot of this other stuff in the background, the highlights and the edits, and we have a Discord group that I've been trying to actively participate in a bit more, where I jump in a call sometimes for an evening, just to interact with people, and it's a lot of fun. It helps make up for the gap of missing conventions for this year because of COVID. I try to install this on my laptop and having a storage selling. That sucks. Yeah, it's it can run on little, but it still depends. How long did you spend on the short animation? If you're talking, well, it depends. Like that little Twilight one with her, the lavender main thing. I think I spent like 8 hours on that, not even. But then this one I spent, I don't even want to know, hundreds of hours. But this one didn't have a script. So this one was made as we went. I didn't think Pony Life was as good as the original. It's actually a nice little in between. Let's see here. I'm trying to get catch up here. Got a stream. Yay. Welcome. What's your most favorite pony by any chance? I usually go with Rainbow Dash, and the only reason actually I'm Rainbow Dash fan is I used to be more of Twilight, but there was a fanfic that was written back when I was reading those more called Bluebird's Song, and the way that they wrote Rainbow Dash's character in there made me switch. Even though it wasn't 100% of what her character is in the show, it just got me to love that character much more because of that. What do you think of the new game, Samurai Jack? I only heard about it yesterday, and I saw a screen cap, so I wouldn't be able to say much. Have you seen stream again? I stream twice a week, actually. I stream 7 hours a week on Twitch. The reason I stream on Twitch and not here is when I'm working on stuff, it's spoilery. Jumping into a stream in the middle of a joke that then you're missing the timing for can ruin it for people. So I stream on a separate platform. And I don't really advertise it on here. I have been doing a little bit more of it on the community tab, but that's only because I'm not working on something big right now. If I start on a bigger project, I might not do that anymore. But I just don't want to have somebody click a link and ruin an experience. If you could see the fusion between a princess queen and two other characters of MLP, who would you most desire to see merge into a single character? Well, at first I was trying to think of something neat, but now I'm trying to think of something really weird, like Grogar Applebloom. Actually, my brain can't wrap around that. That question, I hope you check the messages of mine. But I like your content, mate. Some have gotten me to laugh and others made me cry. Good. Nothing in between. I like how in Discord your message says playing Source FilmMaker. Yeah, that's just what it says. It's from Steam, so that says that. Actually, it's really funny is that in Steam you can actually go and right click it and say join game. It doesn't do anything, but is this group chat more about your stuff or is it general SFM art? Oh, anybody can post anything. I made it, and so it was kind of started that way, but people have posted a lot of other SFM stuff. It's really just a place. I really don't have a purpose in it. I made it because some people wanted it, and it's actually got like 500 something people in it now too. I just want to thank you for amazing animation, Pony, and otherwise. Well, thank you, fan of most everything. I'm glad I fit in your group of everything. Where can I get the Pony SFM mug that you have? This was actually a gift, and it was a gift from a Warhorse. I have been considering, because you can do a TeePublic through YouTube, like a little store. I've thought about putting something like that on there, but I haven't at this point. But yeah, this one is very specific to me because it says congrats on 100,000 subs. So I mean, you want the text too, but yeah, well, I have been considering that. Would you like working with Flash maybe in past? No, I like what I'm doing. I don't want to change it because I'm comfortable with it. if you get 1 million, can you do an MLP real life? I won't get that far. Actually, I don't know if I'd really want to. If something gets too big, then it becomes less personal. And like right now, with the amount of people that are on here, I can kind of keep up with it and answer actually every question. But if something gets big enough and then you're having to pick and choose and you're leaving people behind, I don't like that either. I like the size where it's it's big enough. So if it grows, great. But if it doesn't, I'm happy with how it is too. Me and the boys on my way to join Argo in a game of Source FilmMaker. Yes. I break a lot of people's brains usually with science, not questions. Do you reply? Makes me feel more complete. Well, good. I think, actually not thinking about it, since you have more than 100,000 subscribers, do you have a YouTube play button? Yeah, actually. Have it right here. I'm going to actually move it to over there soon. But yes, I have it. It is right here. So I've actually had this for quite a few years now, because I hit 100,000 a long time ago. It just I slowed down a lot in growing, which is fine. But yeah, I do have it. And the newer, that's one of the older ones that was in glass. Then they changed like a full metal one, and I don't even know if they give them out anymore. Would you animate with Blender? I use it for some model editing, but that's it. And like the Rathlos model, I modified to make it work. Do you have any animation experience prior to SFM? Nope. Or very little. Let's see here. Can you play an MLP game, horror game? I'm not a fan of horror, so no. I don't like anything that's jump scare or anything. What you did to Doctor Who's made me cringe a little bit. So I'm actually I'll get into that because I did want to show some of the stuff here. So I'll get back to your question in a sec here. But so on the video here, him getting murdered here was, I was trying to think of a way that I could show the character becoming a brain, or like to get a brain without being messy. And this was the best way I could do it, to where if somebody would be disappeared from camera and then would come back on camera with the brain separated. Thank you, Aggie, for the super chat. The Equestrian Science Foundation has reviewed your grant proposal and has decided to fund your next trip to Starbucks. I actually have a Starbucks within biking distance. Funny story. I had my boss sent an email one time, and he knew I just got a bike, and said, "Hey, we're gonna be going for a bike ride to the city, and if you want to come with." And I'm like, "That's like 15 miles, but sure, I guess." And they're going to be meeting at Starbucks on the Friday morning, and so I replied, "Yeah, sure." And he goes, "Wait, you have a motorcycle?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, I don't." But I'm like, but I am like 2 blocks from that Starbucks, like literally. So I still met them. So they all pulled up with their like Harleys and stuff. And I pulled up and be like, ding, ding. And they're looking at my bike and they're like, "Wow, that's a nice one." I didn't actually go on the trip with them, but I did get some coffee. But no, so this whole purpose right here, was for, to let him not die, I guess, but he does get kind of crushed. And the animation for this actually was from a different video. I think it was Destiny with Derpy doing a little turnaround. I just kind of stole the animation. The whole elevator scene right here too is probably my favorite part, and I've seen other people say it was their favorite part, and this was a very, very last minute addition. Originally, it went right from him going in this to her up here, and the transition was weird. It didn't fit. It didn't work. It was too quick. So I was like, I want to put in an elevator scene, and I want to make it take way too long and be awkwardly long. And so that's where we did this. And it's, I love it so much. I actually had to use After Effects on the ground here too, because when she starts going up, oh, I think it's in this one. I wasn't able to actually split the ground. So this is actually a double render. And then I just masked out where the ground was. So it looked like it was coming out of a hole. Special effects. We actually had the video done up to this point, other than the elevator scene, almost 100% done with none of the rest done, like a year ago. And I just didn't know how to end it. I had no idea how I wanted to end it. And so we kept throwing out ideas and then we went with the one that we laughed at the most, which originally was going to be that the rocket went and hit Celestia in the tower, but the tower would have been hard. So we did some other stuff, and it ended up being that we wanted to change the ending of Equestria Girls. So it was funny. But that's why it kind of feels like an awkward right turn, because we just didn't know what we were going to do. Well, thank you again, Aggie. To be honest, I have to be careful with too many patron subs. Are you also able to get Twitch subs bits so support is a bit more engaging? Yeah, actually, on the Discord, anybody that follows, that is subs on Twitch or Patreon has access to the same special chat there, which everything is still posted early for. So all the same things that patrons get for supporting videos, the Twitch subscribers also get. So yeah, it's definitely, if you want to support that, that's awesome. There's a couple stupid emotes, but I'm working to grow that because I like streaming. It is fun. I'm actually since the last couple of months, I've been much better on YouTube for revenue and all that. I'm planning to get a better camera because this one's kind of crap. I don't like it. Better lighting and just better quality overall. I got a better mic stand a little bit ago. That came yesterday. So I will be improving that hopefully soon. Let me go back here. So catch up a quick questions here. I completely forgot about Discord. How do you do roles? Sub T1 last week on Twitch. It should, if you have your Discord linked to your Twitch account and you're on there and you're a subscriber on Twitch, it should automatically give you the role. So your name will be purple. And then you can see some of the emotes from there, and you should have access to supporter chat, which, like, I posted this video a week early because I was trying to space out content. So I put out the live stream highlights on Friday, so I was just waiting till this Friday. And so they had it like 6 days early. So anybody that's in there should have that if they're a sub, which is awesome. I do plan to stream more. What are you interested in besides MLP? I like gaming. And actually, I'm not really interested in MLP as much as I used to. I'm interested in the community that was created around it. I love the community. I really don't watch the show. Pony Life, I think, is interesting, but I've never actually seen it. It's just more the GIFs and stuff that I've seen. But I'm not as ingrained in the show as I used to be, but I still love making the videos and everything. I am a big fan of Monster Hunter stuff. I love dragons, and so that's been a big fun thing to do. But like otherwise, I just kind of hang out with some friends and play video games. We play a lot of board games. Sometimes COVID's kind of destroyed that, but thank you, Jerry. Jerry here with a super chat here. Everyone asking who they want in Smash, but the real question is what costume you want in Fall Guys. I do not have Fall Guys. I've considered it, and I thought the game looked really, really stupid. Cute, definitely, but kind of like plain. But every time I watch more of it, it looks fun. They actually came out with what basically was one of my favorite costumes, and that was the Bulletkin. I'm a huge fan of rogue and roguelike games, and I love Into the Gungeon, and they put out the Bullet costume, and I figured out that they had the Bulletkin costume too late, and I would have just bought it just so I can lock that in, but it was already past the window. So yes, they already have it. I love Bulletkin. Just catch up here to the topic: why Spike fly on the rocket outside? So originally, Spike is what I guess in comedy you could call as a straight man. So everything around him is awkward and stupid and non-realistic or above the line. And he is the straight man. So he is the one that you can attach to as being the normal person. And if everybody is being stupid, then there's no connection to reality. So he is the connection to reality. And we ended up like there was no planning for all this. Like making him fall was just because I thought it'd be funny, and I didn't want to have him climb up, so I thought I'd just have him fall. Oh, and this looks different because this is like a stand-in for when we did the render. But I always have these problems of I need to put a brain in the rocket. How do I put a brain in the rocket? Well, I could have her just throw the brain in, or Spike could fly over there, but that's not funny. So how do I do it comedically? And so the idea was I'll throw Spike into the rocket. And if you're going to throw him in there, why not have him slam into it? But then he's knocked out. So let's go. We'll just put him in with it. But so it was just this cascading thing of how that played off of each other. And then he was used also to represent that they were in the Equestria Girls universe by having him change from dragon to dog. So the imagery there helped. Also, all the clouds and a lot of the details changed in how they go about just to help with that transition. What happens to the Doctor Who's model after he gets squished? He becomes a brain. But I answered this question already, but how long does it take to make these amazing animations? It's so hard to give that an answer to that. It's could be months or years, or it could be hours. It just depends on the complexity. I saw it'd be impossible to give you an answer on that. Well, thank you again, Aggie. Jesus. Okay, last one for now. Recently replaced my Roku Ultra with a Fire TV Cube, so I can now easily watch Twitch. Excited about Cyberpunk 2077. I have it on my wish list, but I've almost seen none of the information about it. I kind of been trying to keep away from it. I want to have it so that when I pop into it, I know nothing. Games are way better like that. But it's gonna be a good game for sure. Do you like Sensitive Shimmer? If so, what is your favorite part about her? I really wouldn't be able to say much. I don't know the character well enough. Ever modeled a pony version of her? No, I haven't. If not, are you planning on making the animation involving Sunset? I actually kind of wanted to take one of the songs that she did. The one where she was like running by the one on top of the building with the sunset. I just like that song, character or not. And I kind of wanted to do something with that, but then I felt I played it in my head and it would have been a lot of work. So kind of haven't. Should do a follow-up with Derpy as a necromancer resurrecting Dr. Hoops. No, I don't like beating a joke into the ground. And to me, I love sci-fi, but if I kept doing it, it would be about trying to get bigger and bigger, and it just would lose some of its value over time. And so I kind of, now that I've ran out of audio, there's only the audio that's left for her is talking about blood or freezing brains, and it gets awkward and I don't know how to use that. So I basically use the character as much as I can. Do you ship Twidash? I actually have a whole video that's like 4 minutes long. No, is it 3 minutes long with a Twidash? If you want to go look that up. Actually, that was one that became a ship that I did like just because of the, again, Bluebird song that I mentioned earlier. When you post a video early and the actual video release comes out, why do you completely re-upload the video rather than just change the already uploaded one? No, I do. It stays unlisted. So and all I do is change it to public. It does kind of reset some of the dates in the background, but it's not a full different upload. It's the same one. All the links should work the same. You tried Tabletop Simulator with pals. Actually, yes, we did. Whitney City. They had when we did the convention, we used to do. There's a card game I made called Iron Pony. So I made this card game. It's basically Super Fight, and we used to play it at conventions, and now suddenly we're online. So I actually did make a version of that you can download for free on Steam. On the workshop, and we played that during there. But yeah, we played different games, Catan, Fallout board game, a lot of those. It's a fun software for sure. Well, thank you, David. Not even a comment, just some super chat. That's awesome. Thank you. Gaming, do you ever play Fallout Equestria Remains? Nope. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I've played it. Anyway, your work is amazing. Love your animation, especially your FLC is fantastic. Well, thank you very much. Can you do SFM Camelot Wedding, the main 6 in the Changelings. No, actually, I think that was kind of already done on Kelchan. Kind of did something with that. I just remembered your Twilight Dash. Yep. I also did Apple Dash, but that was because of a picture I liked. I don't know how you manage with SFM. It's a pain to use and ticking time bomb in the RAM limit. Yeah. Source 2 doesn't have that limit. We've already tested that. I loaded hundreds of models and was able, and no problem with it. But yeah, there's definitely issues that the software has, but you work around it. Sometimes figuring out ways around it is a fun is fun in itself. I love troubleshooting. Do I accept ideas for projects or not? Not really. Because I have ideas I'm to go with. I just have to take the time to go into it. Let's see here. If you and your friends want to play board games, I recommend tabletop simulator. Yeah, well, most of my friends do have it. Or what do you think about Starlight? That character that I didn't like at first, but it's definitely got better. Let's see here. Oh, Somber here. Thanks so much for doing that video, Blackjack from Project Horizons. It was really amazing. Oh, okay. Well, now that I have context on the name, welcome and thank you. I love the design of that for the SFM model for her, and the robo version of her, I think, what was it, uncommented made before? I've used it in so many other places that just the fact she exists has helped me in a lot of other things. But no, thanks for making her. Actually, I had a time about a couple years ago. I just suddenly had a dizzy spell for a whole week, and I basically started reading Project Horizons, and I spent that entire week just reading, starting that reading because I was stuck in bed. So thank you for giving me something to read for an entire week straight. Let's see here. Oh my god. Do you play Ponytown? No, but I've seen a lot of it. It's actually pretty cool. We just Pragma Engine when it releases. Open source sometimes SFM. Nope, I like SFM. I'm not going to change. I'm stubborn. I'm getting older. Where's Michael? Will he be here today? He's actually making food. Right, Michael?
I am making food.
Okay.
Whatever you just said.
Yeah, they're saying, where's Michael? I missed that.
I'm so popular with the rest.
It says, I missed that funny guy. So, okay, I love your previous animation. Well, thank you very much. You actually enjoyed Fallout 76. I think, talking about Aggie, but I enjoyed Fallout 76, and I did it when it was breaking before. It was frustrating as hell. But it was neat. I did enjoy it. Weirdo with the cello. Thanks for the super chat there. What's the backstory of the dolphin? Does he pay rent? So he does have a story. So, there was a friend at MLP MSP 2, I think it was, and we're locked in a panel room, getting ready for the panel. So they had the doors locked, and we were just getting set up. Nobody was in there yet, and I hear a knock on the glass at the edge because there was glass looking in, and I look over, and all I see is this big dolphin head get slammed against the glass, and I that was hilarious. The fact that it is a plush dolphin at a pony convention. It was just so weird. So I went over to the door, opened it, grabbed the plush, and shut the door because it was locked. And so for the rest of that whole time, we ended up goofing around with this dolphin, and it was super fun. And we ended up getting some wings for it. We ended up bringing it to MA Larson to see if he could make a princess. There's actually he's making food. I'm gonna see if I can find this because it is actually pretty funny. We have video of MA Larson spending an entire panel with the original dolphin, which is different. Oh god, there's too many videos in this folder. I'm not gonna find that. I'll let it load here. Might be able to. But so from there, it just became a fun little joke that we did. And then Aggie, the fourth Aggie, which is actually in chat right now, he sent me for my birthday that same year on the dolphin plush that I've been using, and it was hilarious. So we made him his own Twitter account, which really didn't go too that far, but we just started having fun with this dolphin at all the conventions then, and it's just been fun. I really it's nice to have like a central point of jokes to work off from. I've kind of slowed down on a lot of the dolphin stuff just because I like original jokes, and I was kind of running out of them. Is Fallout 76 trash? No, I think Fallout 76 was good. It had a rough start. It's in a better place, but it's hard to redeem yourself after a lot of that. So, but I did enjoy it. I definitely did. That's what everyone says. Blah blah blah. Oh, should we play this? Is a joyful game of hard. All right. Yay, Michael is here. Yes, Epson. I think he just went upstairs because they're playing Divinity Original Sin right now. Is your coffee finished? No, I still got a little bit left. It's one thing about dark roast is it starts good, but then it starts to get better towards the bottom. That's why I want to go back to a medium roast, because the medium roast normally gets sweeter as it gets toward the bottom, and I do have some ready. I'll be running out of the dark roast tomorrow. Do you like how Bethesda focused on adding microtransactions and 100% memberships and actually fixing their actual game? But they need the revenue. If the game didn't make the sales they needed, they can't, as a company, survive without money coming in. So I can understand it kind of, but I'm not gonna poke at their business model because I don't know what I'm talking about in that area. Any ideas for more Fallout Equestria, or is the scene building alone a bit off-putting for right now? I do have one. It's under my canceled, but I really do want to go back to it. And I don't mind showing it a little bit here of stuff. And I do want to go back to this, but I don't know if I will, because it's big. It's not difficult, but my favorite part in the Fallout Equestria books were the Ministry Mares. The absolute best part to me. And whenever they go back to those, like the past, and they kind of explain stuff. So I loved those, and I was going to make a video around those scenes specifically, but it was going to be more an ambient thing, which means that it wasn't actually that difficult. But it was going to be still like 4 minutes long. That's just loading. I'll kind of continue here. But yes, I do want to. I just don't have too much plans other than that. Do you upload stuff at night? I tend to I upload stuff at random times, and I just schedule it to release at different times. So like here, these are different scenes. So we have like, come on. I love SFM. Test of patience. So let me open that again. I like you, not in a weird way. Well, I appreciate that. Both parts of that. Drink coffee for an hour. It's the record. Oh no, actually, to me, if you just plow it down, it's probably because you have bad coffee. Take your time with it and enjoy it. Yeah, it's cool now, but it's fine. If you have a good cup of coffee, it shouldn't matter. And it wasn't my best brew made, but it's pretty good. If you want good information on coffee, there's a guy I follow on YouTube called James Hoffman. He's from England. Amazing information on coffee. He's really helped me out my game for sure. But no, so we have Fluttershy, there's speech. The background's busted right now, but there's Apple Snack doing the murder thing. A shot of Maripony. I like this camera shot more though. None of it's animated. It's all just scene builds. Everybody knows that shot. Applejack in a factory. This one actually just has that has a lot of detail in the background. Fluttershy getting nuked. So I want to go back to that. And this has a really, really cool shot that I don't want to spoil that I was working on. But yeah, it's good. It's good. What was your first SFM animation like? Can I find it? You can actually go really far back in my channel and probably run across it, but and I'm not finding that that video with Emma Larson. It might be on my phone. That's why it might be confusing me. But what did I call that? It was like, let's see, it'd probably be by date modified. What's my oldest thing? Yeah, here it is. Oh, hold on. This is it. This is my very first animation ever. I had no idea what I was doing, but I learned something. I picked a model that didn't have bones. I picked something simple, quick, easy. So it wasn't very good. It wasn't what I'm doing now for sure. All right, yeah, say it later, Somber. So I'm trying to see if I can get to the bottom here because there was something else I want to cover. How many My Little Pony stuffed animals do you have? Probably like 24. I haven't really gotten any new ones for a while, and like a good portion of those are 40E. I have like some Rathalos ones. I have a Rathalos and a Rathian over there. I don't have any down here though. Yeah, all my they're really in my closet. I mean, I have an big open closet, but they're kind of just all up on the shelves there. Yeah, just been about an hour. I've had more Argo. I mean, I don't mind going a little longer. Can you SFM MLP and Muffin Time? I don't know what you're talking about, actually. All right, let's see you later, Rachel. Seems full screen. We did. Was it full stream? Oh. Well, thank you. Yeah, they probably would be useful if you can actually see what's going on. So here, so this is Fluttershy, and we got the apple snack shot. Again, background's broken. This is Maripony. This one's got. That one's got a lot of detail in it. Everybody knows that shot. Applejack in her factory. And Fluttershy with the booms. So I do kind of want to go back to this one. I have two other save files with pieces because these scene builds are starting to get pretty big. But one time or sometime I'll go back to it. Copy rules, tea sucks. And actually, I have green tea as well. It's actually a nice little bit. I love ginger tea too. Maybe you answered this in the past, but what is with Derpy making train noises? That was just a joke during the stream. We were just goofing around, and it just ended up being funny. So when I made the bloopers, I just threw in. I like running jokes. So if you see during the streams, I'll have sometimes a longer joke that I break into pieces and put throughout the whole thing. And it's a lot funnier when you have something that's a running joke, not just be all right in a row, break it into pieces. And so the Derpy train was kind of that. What do you think about Rainbow Factory? Not into that kind of thing, so not much, I guess. Who's your favorite character? It's Rainbow Dash. There's no other. But I did want to. The one last thing I wanted to, or at least to make sure I covered here was there is. I'm not the only person that makes content. There is. And I just closed the wrong window there. Wonderful. There's a lot of other people that make cool things too. And so I wanted to at least promote. I had two people I wanted to show here. Where is it? So, and these are people that at least channel wise are sitting around 10,000 or less. And so if you're following these people, great. If you're not, you should. They're pretty awesome. First one was Quilluminar, if anybody's ever seen him before. Just an example of some of the stuff he's done.
You told me to stop.
Damn, dude, you really been killing them lately.
No, I haven't. You told me to stop, and I did. I keep my promises, Panky.
I mean, you've been telling great jokes. They're funny. You've been making people laugh. We don't need to talk about the other thing.
Oh, yeah. I guess I write better jokes when I'm not constantly enveloped in a cocoon of soul-smothering anxiety and loneliness.
So I'll put the names in a second here. But he does really, really good stuff, and he's been doing it for a while. He actually had one short he sent in for to play at Ciderfest one time. He wasn't there, but he just gave it to us, and it was going to have blood and violence, and swearing, and so he overdid the whole thing in a hilarious fashion to not make it that way for the convention, and made the video better. So he's definitely great. He actually streams on YouTube, I think, like once a week. The other one I wanted to show was, and I don't know if she's here or not, but Rainy Visuals does some really, really good content. And she just put this one out recently.
What's that? You're outside?
Is Scott here?
You know what? He just left.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry.
She's got some really good stuff. So they let me shrink that. So if you want to follow them, I put their names in the corner there. They definitely do good stuff. There's a lot of animators out there that make really, really, really good content, and so make sure that to give them a follow if you're able to, and let them know they're doing good work. And they're also both really cool people, and to me that's a double whammy of coolness. I'm gonna get back here. I don't know if this was asked already because I just got here, but how long did you spend on the new sci-fi video? I had mentioned before, the name of the file is, I started just naming things the dates that I started, and it's called November 9th. So you'd think, oh, so like 9 months. No, it's 2018. That's when I made it, but it was originally supposed to be a 30-second short, and it went a lot longer than 30 seconds. I had no plans for it. It just ended up that I kept adding. So it kind of feels scattered because of that, but it also works with the jokes, so whatever. but I worked on it on and off. It wasn't like consistent. There was a couple months where I didn't work on it at all. I worked on other stuff. So it was just kind of the background project, which is nice to have. Have you ever thought about some Tomska stuff for little shorts? I think somebody did that once before. Was it Rainy? I don't know who did that before, but it was with the hole. Somebody did that with the ponies. I like to try to come up with some type of original content sometimes, because I like being able to use other people's audio, because I don't like doing audio work. But that's a popular thing, especially within the Brony community, of taking audio that already exists and then extrapolating it, I guess, and it just making ponies put into that other stuff. And I want to try and make stuff that isn't just that. I don't mind doing that sometimes, or taking the pieces of the audio but then trying to make something original from it. When I'm spending my damn life watching English speaking streams. Yeah, sorry, like some of I only speak English, so there's other text in there I can't really answer any of the questions that are coming up. But thank you for coming. I do appreciate it. Have you severely been affected by COVID? No, I'm still fully employed. I'm still, my job's going well. I'm doing good. I've been staying inside as much as I can. It's got annoying at first, but now it's not so bad, I think, because I just I burnt out on burning out on it. So I've just kind of gotten complacent. But I've been going well. I had, I don't know, it's been going good. Let's see, do you skateboard? No, I barely walk. But Vishang, no, I do not speak Russian. I don't mind you guys being here, though. That's awesome. But yeah, I won't be able to answer anything that comes up through that. Hey, great work on the Purple Science Horse video. She is a good Purple Science Horse. It was great. You mentioned you were interested in making more of her, thought of contacting to VA. I've had a lot of people actually in the comments say that, like, get a VA to do more of it. It would lose a lot of its the amazing parts for it. For one, that's a really hard voice to do. There's something about it. It's not just the voice that's matching, but there's so many things about it that just make that character that character. And the reason I think a lot of those are good and random and off the wall is because I didn't write it. It was audio that already existed and worked really well, and I just worked around it. But if I could have somebody write it, it wouldn't feel random anymore. It'd be scripted, and it just would lose it'd lose the parts of it that I love. And so I don't think it would work. I don't think it would be that great. reanimating audio is about what half the SFM community does, because you don't have to worry about the audio, especially if you're a smaller channel. Getting a VA, if you can have somebody that's willing to help you out, great. But otherwise, a VA should be paid, and some people might not have the ability to. And so it's so using audio that exists, you're saving yourself a lot of time. From 199 plus, how much you'd like the Twitch lives and chat jokes? I love Twitch stuff. Like, I guess 99. Twitch is awesome. Hey, can you check out one of my videos? No, I'm not going to click any videos on here. I'm sorry. So can speak English but not Russian. That must mean you can speak Norwegian. Maybe. No, I can like certain Latin-based languages I can at least kind of interpolate, but otherwise no. What's the more for here? So bye. Work hard and God bless. Thank you. Are you going to heart my comment? Well, sorry if you were. No, I don't know how I can do it on here. Hello, Light Films. Do you sell any MLP stuffed animals? No. I don't want to do the merch thing really much. I thought about selling cups that kind of look like this, just because they're neat, but that's just more work on the side. I already spent a lot of time working on stuff, and I don't want to add another avenue on top that's going to take even more time. What is an Argo Demon? It is a me. The name actually came about. It's a mishmash from Oblivion. Way back when that first came out, I was trying to find a name that didn't have numbers on it and I could go use somewhere and not have it taken. So it's the mixture of Argonian and Daemons that were in the game, and I just mashed them together, and I've been using it since, and that's been like over a decade. I thought about changing it to make it something more pony specific, but I'm glad I didn't, because it means that I can keep using it past this without it being locked to that fandom. I'm glad you're still in the community. It's real nice on the rare occasion I see a new pony SFM from you. Yeah, I'm not planning on stopping anytime soon. If I had a little bit of a lull there, but I never left. I still streamed every twice a week. I never stopped that. But I go through sprees. It just depends on motivation and how I feel at the time. Good point. Ghost lines. They're really high pitched and full of energy. Yeah, nobody can, I think, redo that. And there is limited material because it's from a single mission arc within Borderlands pre-sequel. That VA has done a ton of stuff. They've won awards, and they're a big name voice actor. That's why I think it's so good. They're really good at what they do. But that's the only character that sounds like that. All the other stuff they do is some of it's more serious and just doesn't match. I can't go and throw that in and match it with the character. I think there's a lot of bronies in the Russian community than in other countries. Well, either that or they're just spoken. Sometimes if you just have more people speak up, you'll notice them more. Oh, hello, Roadstoner. Yeah, I thought that was you. After I got you with that pony Rickroll, you started paying attention to links, huh? Well, no, I never really clicked them before, but it just depends on the situation. Sometimes I think that it's more in context, but then fool me once, shame on me type thing. Can you play Terraria one day? I actually have a ton of hours in Terraria. I'm kind of burned out on that game. Who's the VA? Somebody had left it in the comment for it. I can look it up quick. It was pre-sequel. So the character's named Dr. Spara. The VA is called Jamie Marchi. Here, let me jump back here. This is her. But yeah, Jamie Marchi. And I thought she didn't do much, but then you actually go look at her IMDb and holy crap. She's got a lot of stuff. Wait, did I just... Oh no, because I'm like, I gotta see my chats. Scene of Record Launch had really good lighting and shadow work with the silo and Twilight. How long did it create the scene? Well, actually, a lot of the lighting that is improved is I made an investment this time. So on here, this isn't just SFM. I finally broke down and got Video Copilot with their lens flares. So it actually looks like this. This is the SFM render. I went through and added 2 lens flares here because when this comes to here, it has to go around her. So the lens flares actually kick in and actually trail. You can just see it actually trails around her. But yeah, those, without those lens flares, the quality was a lot lower. So when it comes to like Twitch subscribers and YouTube revenue and Patreon and stuff, a lot of that helps support the ability to actually get some of these things that help increase the quality. Because the Video Copilot optical lens flare is $125, but it is super powerful, super useful, and not just for going J.J. Abrams and like throwing lens flares everywhere. It's about being subtle. Like for instance, when the alarms are going off here, I actually use some on the side to just help enhance it. It's not made to be like flashing in front of the camera and on all the lights and where it doesn't need to belong, but it really helps enhance the lighting. So it's stuff like that that the support's awesome, because it really lets me do that without having me break in the bank. So small support by lots of people is super useful and super helpful for doing that. I also pay for Adobe, like the software that I'm using. That's a monthly fee, but without it, I wouldn't have the ability to do a lot of this stuff. What's your newest video going to be in the future? I have no idea. I'm kind of winging it right now. Oh, I have to click that button more often. Okay, so let me jump back here. So we'll do these fancy little. I need like a flag on here. Is there this one? Oh, this one. So this is what it looks like without lens flare. And with Video Copilot's awesome. So yeah, that's the detail there. No, sorry, I do not play Ponytown. Thank you, Political Jokes, for making that way too long. Like, I read it and I wasn't sure what I was saying at first. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to keep myself so tiny in the corner. Hello. But yeah, so this these lens flares are super nice looking. And because without it's just boring. And then these ones for, I think the beginning of it looks a little better. Oh no, like, so for having this little light in the corner, without it, this whole scene doesn't feel as well lit, but add in a lens flare and it suddenly glows. So that is, it's stuff like that. That's super useful. Love the Zelda gag with the brain. Yeah. And actually, if you look here, I don't have the file open, but this is actually done in After Effects. I rendered it without it. And then I just masked out the text. I didn't know what I was going to put there for the text. I literally did that last minute. It just seemed like a funny joke. But it was also like, again, it was kind of like with him being thrown at the rocket. How I have to do this to this, and I can either do it serious or funny. Well, if he's going to be picking up the brain and I don't, how do I make it funny? And I don't want to have him interacting with his hands and trying to put it under his shoulder. So instead I just had him hold it up like that and just be like, da-da-da-da. So why not? So the program is an add-on to the editing software. Yeah. So that one that I use is Video Copilot, and it is a whole separate window that pops up with doing some pretty detailed, very intricate. I can break these into multiple pieces. For some of those glows, I actually removed different pieces of these, so I got more of a glow without the lines going across. But it is way better detail than I would be able to do with anything that comes with the software. Welcome to Choose from the Mother Swamp. Well, to the Mother Swamp. Have you heard that a rocket nuke is going to be launched in Warzone next week? I've never done, or I'm not sure on that. Nope. Let's see here. I'll try to do a couple more here. When will this end? Never. Oh, the stream? If you guys are still actually posting questions, I didn't want to leave anybody behind, but I probably will just do a couple more here. Unless there's really, if I really add to it, as a program. Was the add-on. But like I said, it's like $125 for that pack, but not normally something I'd want to buy myself, but the support of the community, being able, like, people that put in like $1 for video or something, that adds up, and it lets. I finally was enough in the green in the last month or two where I feel like I could actually start going and investing more, because it used to be that I was basically just paying for Adobe the whole time, because that's like $56 a month, but now I'm actually able to invest more, and it helps for sure. Now I don't feel so bad about like bankrupting myself trying to do neat things. I didn't go to the graph editor in SFM. I don't use it. I would not be able to get much information on it because I don't know it at all. Where is the Spike? Spike is dead. Pretty interesting to see more into a video like that. Cheers. Hope to see more ponies from you. Yeah, I plan to make more. I don't know when the next one's going to be. I want to focus on shorter stuff. Do you have any pets? No, I do not. I've been thinking about getting a cat. I want to get a dog eventually, but where I am right now, it's not really built to work with a dog, but I have considered getting a cat. Nope, Spike is gone. Spike blew up. Favorite Twidash fic? I actually kind of mentioned that earlier. Bluebird song. It's probably my favorite. It's probably one of the first ones I read that got me into that ship in any way, but it's just, I loved that story. And it was really, really good. And the focus wasn't even a ship. It was, there was a whole main side story, or a whole story that to go along with it. It was just like, that was a part of it. It was really good. Who's the best pony? It's Rainbow Dash. I should just put it in the corner just to like, just everybody knows. Do you play Ponytown? No, I don't. Do you play guitar or any other musical instrument? No. I did try to learn piano for a while, but I never really got far enough into it, and I probably forgot everything on how to do it. Have you played the new Animal Crossing? No, I do have a Switch, and I've been considering getting the new. I never played the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and that comes out in like a couple days. And one of our friends said that he'd play it with me, so I've been considering getting that. Apparently, on here, called Storm. Ooh, yes, German Shepherd. I used to have. I wonder if I have a picture of it. Yeah, no, I know I have a picture of it. My parents used to have a husky German Shepherd, and named Buddy, and he has a hat. But he was a good puppy. He's no longer with us. He's been gone for many years now, but he was a good puppers, and he's also very tired, but good puppies are good. Well, thank you, Simon. I'm not sure what what the amount is, but I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And that is Doge. Actually, the Shiba Inus are great. I do love that dog. I used to have a friend that had one, and they're adorable. So when the little, they're great. But thank you very much, Simon. Monster Hunter Switch is awesome. I haven't played it on Switch. I played the hell out of Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World is awesome, and I love. We actually started playing it again too. I've thought about streaming it, but it's just, after doing all the Rathalos videos, it's so weird jumping into doing that, because like I see the monsters in a different way. So it's goofy, but it's fun. Namali, thanks for the super chat there. I admire your animations. They are so cool. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think they're pretty cool too. They're it's fun. I've always needed a creative outlet, and I used to do Halo, and then I got into web development, went to college for web development because of that, and that's now kind of what my job is, because I needed a creative outlet. And so right now that is my creative outlet. It's the longest running one I've ever had, but I enjoy it. So I'm glad that you enjoy it, because that goes both ways, which is the way it should be. We consider getting another pet sometime. I do want to get... I don't know. I haven't really thought about it yet. There's right now with the COVID and everything, it's just been... Everything's up in the air. Do you still? Oh, it's Bluebird, like the bird, Bluebird song, and then like you're singing. Actually, here I will. I don't have a link to it because it'll take me a little bit. But, all right, it's in chat now. And I used to have a cat that showed up on my stream on Twitch. That was my sister's cat, but she's not. I don't live with her anymore. Later, Aggie, though you're probably already gone. How long have you been in the Brony fandom? Since 2012, I think, was your first MLP episode that you ever watched. I think I just started at season 1, or like episode 1. I mean, that's probably not the best way to start it, but I just started right at the beginning. I don't like stories being ruined, so I'm pretty sure that's how I did it, but I can't remember. Have you ever played 5 Minutes of Pinkies? No, I'm not a fan of horror stuff. Or the Burn Derpy pick. No, I don't actually have that on this. That's on the, I have to log out and log in for Twitch. I don't have access to that on this one right now. Hope to see more Best Living Dragon. Oh yeah, I'm working on, I can just open that up because it doesn't matter. I am working on another viz. It's usually like once a month I'll kind of work on something, and then I'll just respond to some comments on the Twitter account, and then I'll just go dead on the account for a while. Have you played Phantasy Star Online 2? No, I have not. What if you took... Oh, there, look at that, it crashed. Wonderful. What if you took a past animation and replaced all the voices with your own? Would it be fun to run a project to do? But again, I don't like reusing stuff. So if I've done stuff before, it feels like I'm kind of cheating to get content out. I like having it where if I have a video, an animation that I'm putting out, that it has the same expected quality that every time. So if I go and make something that's cheap, suddenly I don't want to lose the trust in people that what the stuff I'm making is of that certain level. What's the sound dampening material behind you for? Well, for one, it helps with the audio bounce, but also my neighbor complained that it was too loud. So I dropped my volume and I put those up, and I haven't heard a complaint yet. So actually that goes to there. I do need to. I've been considering expanding it, and I have some pictures up above it too. But yeah, there's mainly is there because of a complaint. So I'm hoping it does its job. You don't have to be from Russia to communicate Russian language. Friends from Cuba, Germany, and Nepal. Personally confirm it. No, I may not understand what's said, but Russian community has some really good content out. See if you say it's fun, made for fun. All right, see you later, derp. But no, so this is just one. I'm not done with it yet. Maybe I'll finish it this weekend. I don't know. So the way I do my video stuff is that red means keyframing, general idea is done. Yellow means animation is mostly done, and I just have to finish it up. And green means fully done. So there's still some stuff I need to do on this. But it's just stupid.
Attention, Army! This is the cops.
So it's just something stupid, but I have to get him past this keyframe here. But it's just for fun. I love the Rathlow stuff because I can throw these out really quick. The Twitch streams lately have been a lot of chatting, so it's been taking longer to work on stuff, but that is perfectly fine because I think it's more fun. And again, I'd rather do stuff that's funny, or do stuff that's fun. How about a future project then? Where you release the full project with the intended voice work and then a description, leave it unlisted video, or you have your own voice. And again, I don't think that people would really watch that much. I think I've done a couple where I've had unlisted pieces of stuff, but it's been like, for instance, the Full Metal Alchemist video, when I did that with chemistry, I originally rendered it in 60 FPS, but a smoother animation or smoother video, I can remove some of the impact, and and that is that impact field is gone, and it was just too smooth. So I wanted to I went and took that video, dropped it down to 30 FPS, and then did that. But I still took the 60 FPS and put it up there. I don't know what you guys are talking about with emojis. I love emojis. Well, I don't like the fact that they're called emojis, though. Maybe it's just something I'm a boomer or something. But yeah, I'm a half hour past here. I think I covered most of the stuff I was looking to actually covered here too. But while I'm just in a quick side note, so I do stream twice a week, actually, like at 6 p.m., whatever it is compared to your time, on Tuesdays and Fridays, where basically it's kind of this anyway, but I work on SFM stuff, and every now and then I do other gaming stuff. So feel free to follow me on there if you want, because it's more of this. Otherwise, we also have a Discord where every now and then we just go and have a chat, and I'll work on stuff live or talk with people. So hi, Michael Derpy's the best pony. I think he just made ramen and he went upstairs, so he is not here right now. I'm sorry, but I will let him know that Sapson says hi. Oh no, he's in chat now. Well, hello, Michael. So he's Derpy you cannot call yourself the best. I've ever played any MLP games. So what were the weirdest MLP games you ever played? I don't think I really played any. There was a Fallout one I played that was kind of like the platformer, like side-scrolling shooter one. And that one was actually good though. It wasn't really weird, but that's about it. But anyway, so I'm gonna cut it there though. So because I'm already a half hour over. So but I do plan to try to do this like once a month because it's fun. It's being able to interact with people and letting people ask their questions in a better medium. And coffee is done. I need to go make more now. So, but thank you for coming. Thanks for those of the super chats. That's awesome. I appreciate that. It really does help for because I do want to upgrade my camera and for some of the other things that I really want to upgrade. And I now feel comfortable doing it. So, thank you very much. Seen screenshots of that one. Thank you. Oh yeah, that game. So, no, thank you. Appreciate it. There's like 70 or 80 people almost constant throughout the whole thing, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. Maybe next month. We'll see. I'll put it out if that happens. But otherwise, thank you, everybody. And have a good day. Have a good weekend. Good luck. Normally at the end of the stream, I put the cat, and I don't have the cat ready. I'm sorry. Now I feel like this has to happen. Hold on. I think I have a shortcut. There it is. Okay. It's tradition. We need to end it with Kitty. Don't ask why I started that way back, but look, we have cat. So there you go. Anyways, salute. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.